G'day punters, welcome to the second edition of All In for 2022. Lucky enough to be joined by Dean Watling from the Barrier Attendant and Lewis Willoughby from Sky Racing. How are you, gents?
Good Gano. How are you travelling, Louis?
Yeah, good guys. We made it the week two. We must have done something right. Let's keep the train rolling.
Absolutely. And just quietly, speaking of doing something right, Louis, you opened up the account with two winners on Tuesday, one at $12, the other one around $4, mate. Just how are you feeling on a high there, mate?
Yeah, it was good. Kilmore was nice to us. A broken clock is at least right twice a day, and we were on that occasion right twice. So we got to keep it going this week. It sets a high standard. Try and match it again.
Absolutely, and I was lucky enough to trip over a winner myself, so 3 from 3 for Wednesday, and I think Dino chimed in on Saturday. Obviously, we all tipped Coolangatta, but I shouldn't say we all, you boys did stay out. But 5 winners from 12 tips, 2 seconds, off to a cracking start. So punters, if you like the work we were doing, please get on, subscribe, comment. I think we had something about 450 people view the show, so no doubt that'll be 4,500 for this week's show, and we'll build closely to that 10, 20, 30, 40, 50,000 as we hit the championships. Just a notable mention, King of Sparta there, Dino too, just quietly, that was one of your best bets going there. And I think it was Jamea as well was unlucky. So is that right, mate?
Yeah, they'll both look to be travelling. King of Sparta, good ride out wide. Jamea, don't want to watch that back to the rails held up. So no, it's nice to get one out of two home in the Magic Million 3-year-olds.
Awesome. All right, viewers. So we're going to do some Magic Millions review. Our good friends over at punters.com have started to pull the pin on that. So we'll just give you a quick review, our thoughts on that. You won't have to pay for it. It's completely free. It might cost you a comment and a bit of banter. Then we'll head to the trials with Dino. Is going to give you a couple to follow from the trials. Wednesday best bets, Saturday early plays, obviously with no feature markets out there for those big events. Nothing on this Saturday, but we'll give you a couple of early thoughts. And then we've got wrap or slap. We're going to cover Boss's top 5 changes. That'll be pretty interesting there. Without further ado, let's go to Magic Millions review. I'm going to head to Lewis Willoughby, who's going to give us his best ride of the carnival.
Well, there were some good rides up there on Saturday. It was a day where you want to be up on speed, and a few jockeys took advantage of that very well. I went through it this morning and had a look at the winners again, and I found the best one had to be 11-11 from Hugh Bowman. He wasn't the quickest to begin. He got caught midfield in the fence, it was one off the fence or on the fence, kind of midfield, tricky spot for the day. He straightened up. He got it wide, around heels, couldn't find a way, back to the inside, ducked and weaved, and got the bobbin on the line. So going through all the rides, that was undoubtedly, I think, the perler of the day. Honourable mention to Karen McAvoy on Big Boy Roy as well. Just parked in a perfect position after getting caught a bit wide early, got up on speed, controlled the tempo, kept clear, won by about 1,000 lengths, eased down. It was a very good ride. So honourable mention to K-Mac, but Huey Bowman takes out the punter's perler, as it were, the free punter's perler on Saturday up at the Gold Coast. Dino, horses to follow from the meeting, mate?
Yeah, Louis, I found 4 up there. I think most punters will find these, but I think we can back them next start and we'll get the cash. Race 4, Lady of Luxury. This horse is absolutely flying out of nowhere. Struggled to break the maiden, but now absolutely travelling. Had no luck there, stuck in behind horses. I think she can win again. This prep out of race 5 for Juice just got boxed in on the bend there. Sat in a 1-1 and just had to go back and around the horses and closed off well. I think 1,200 first up's probably touch too far, back to 11 next time out. I think she'll be winning. Out of race 8, a horse you tipped, Louis, Mimi Lagarde. Some run from dead last down the outside, chased King of Sparta. I thought that was an absolutely outstanding run. And the notable one, everyone saw Jamea back to the fence, nowhere to go. I think she'll be a top-end filly 3-year-old in the autumn. So I think we can all follow her for a stack next time. So there's 4 for you, Louis. Now to you, Gano. Slaughter of the day.
Just before we get to slaughter that, Lady of Luxury, everyone's been a bit surprised by its ability to string a few wins together. But I note that it was October 7th. The synthetic hoof filler came off for the first time. and has grown a leg, so to speak. So something to look out there for punters. If you've seen that coming off for the first time or coming off after a significant period of time, has a bit of feed issues, but is now flying. So definitely just a bit of insight there to punters who are looking towards gear changes. My slot of the week goes to the gentlemen, the gents, the ladies, the gents over at Punters who are trying to charge everyone for their free review. Fair dinkum, give yourselves an uppercut. The punters love it. It's a good product and you're charging people for it. So if you want a bit of a banter, you want a bit of friendly banter, a bit of a jive, come over here. We will supply that for you. And another slaughter of the week, no jockey is going to go under the bus this week, but no peanut on Twitter trying to bloody carve people up for bets on Coolangatta. I don't know anyone who'd fall for that garbage, but fair dinkum, give yourself an uppercut, mate. I hope they track you down and throw you in jail, you peanut. Right. From the trials, Dino, what do you got for us?
Yeah, we had a nice set this morning. I'll mention one from last week who goes around in the 2-year-old race on Saturday, the Godolphin horse, Northumbria. Nothing went right on debut. It was heavily backed in a smart race, has since tried well. I think just 2-year-old forget that failure can win again on Saturday. Out of this morning's, we had a hot heats at Rose Hill, 2 that I'm very keen to follow. Great Barrier Reef. I'll be surprised if this horse isn't a big player in the slipper. Looks and very, very talented 2-year-old. And a 3-year-old who's a half to the slipper winner, She Will Reign. Omni Man, heavily backed on debut and had issues. Now back, had 2 trials and going sensational. That horse will definitely win on debut. So there's 2 for the punters to follow. 3, for the punters to follow. I'll pop them in the comments as well, Gunno. So there's a couple of trialers for us. Yeah.
Just before we move on, from the trials this morning in Heat 1 behind Nature Strip, did you catch Forbidden Love by any chance?
Yeah, sat in the slipstream of a Nature Strip and hummed along. She's always had a lot of ability. That filly, or the mare now. I don't think she sort of come up in the spring, but in the autumn, she was super last year. So I think we can definitely follow her. She loves a little bit of sting out on the track, and she's very versatile. So I think you found a nice one there, Louis.
Yeah, she was untouched and just was right on the heels of Nature Strip the whole way. It's Australia's best sprinter, and she was going just as well as it. So I think that's definitely one to follow as well. Mate, I'll come back to you here, Dino. You found one on Wednesday, a bit left of field for you. In the Sunshine State, you got one for us as we move to our midweek best bets.
Yeah, we follow the Wallace stable up to Queensland. Takes Kips Bay up there, who's a horse who's been running around in maidens and Metro midweek. Race 5 at Ipswich on Wednesday. Odds aren't out yet. Guessing they'll be short, but there's super form lines around those maidens. And tipping going up to Queensland, be very, very hard to beat up there. So that's my Wednesday bet. Gunnar, you got anything for us on Wednesday?
Yeah, I've got 2, mate. Really a shorty in race 2 at Newcastle, adulting for the Ryan and Alexio stable. Josh Parr jumps on board, talented galloper, and has been seen at recent trials doing its best work. I think that'll be winning. $2 with tab. I think it's about $1.80 anywhere everywhere else. So it could be worth a little bet there. It's not a big field, only a field of 9 to go around there. But my best bet, this is a bit of something there for the battlers, but my best bet of the day comes in race 7, number 1, Carlisle Bay, for Mitchell and Desiree Kearney, Josh Parr again. So looking for Parr to have a big day there. I think he'll probably find the front and dominate the race and handles all conditions. There's plenty of rain about forecast for Wednesday, but the track drains superbly. So either way, handles all conditions. So it's one of those horses that you want. I can think Rejoice is going to be out racing tomorrow at Wyong as well. That'll give it even more freedom up top for Parry to dictate the race and kick away and win. And just notably, it is dropping down, I think, from a benchmark 78 to a benchmark 64. Nothing like a leader going down in grade, is there, gents?
The dropping class, very key, very key. So we got some good ones there. I'll chuck in one from Sandown on the Lakeside Wednesday, race 5, number 6, Inner Spirit, Mara and Eustace for the return man, Mark Zara. He'd be thirsty for some wins off a pretty long layoff. It was a good last start win at Mornington, sat 3 wide, no cover, was 4 wide, no cover into the turn, and still won, ran the fifth fastest, last 200 of the meeting off a really tough effort, and its last 400 was 2 lengths quicker than all benchmark standard time. So did it really tough and still win. And I think it'll win again now going to Sandown on the Lakeside. So that's a bit of midweek action for you. Now there's good racing Friday and Saturday as we move into the weekend. The Uno reverse card goes down on the table. Back to you, Gano. Friday, Saturday, what do we got in store for the punters?
Mate, I listed Carrington Stakes through the cracks for Angela Davies lines up. The horse won the provincial championships last year. Very, very, very talented galloper. Returned at Canterbury, unsuitable track for it to return on. Flashed home late. Any other track in Australia that has a straight longer than 25 yards and it wins. But Randwick is ideal, 1,400 metres ideal, horse is flying, and as far as I'm concerned, it'll be winning. And then a big watch on Yee Yee if it goes around in the mile race. Dry tick, wet tick. Good horse. Be very keen to follow it.
Righto, Dino, you're up. Friday, Saturday.
Yeah, I've got one who's a dual nom for Friday and Saturday, but I think we'll get the cash either way. That's the Gay Woodhouse and Adrian Bott trained Silent Impact, brings super form through the likes of King of Sparta from the spring. That reads super now. It's an on-pace galloper. Trials have been super. I think it would have run a really big race in the 3-year-olds Magic Million on the weekend, but didn't get there on prize money. So it's nom Friday night in benchmark 72 over 1,200, or on Saturday in a 3-year-old only benchmark 72. So either way, I think rails out 8 metres at Randwick, and with typical Canterbury, it's always sort of advantage to be on pace. So Silent Impact for me, very keen. In the 2-year-old handicap, 2 out of the trials. One I mentioned before, Northumbria from the James Cummings Godolphin stable, and one from the Peter and Paul stable called Cynthia. Both have trialled super. I like the 2-year-old races, especially this time of year. So there's 2 or 3 for the punters to follow on Saturday or Friday. Louis, you got anything for us?
Yeah, I love that. Friday, Saturday, any day, doesn't matter. Pay us now kind of operation there from Dino, and a few babies to watch as well. Yeah, look, there's good racing at Flemington on Friday. It's the rapid race day. You get nominated a city or a country jockey. All 7 races are down the straight there. I had a quick look at the noms for a few of the races. Tax-Free Profit is nommed in race number 4. I think it's going good. It was scratched last week, or maybe the week before. It's been safe, and if it does run, I think it's flying and can run well. And Will Clarkin's bringing one down from Adelaide Hills. It's nominated in race number 6. The 2 trials have been very quiet, and word is it's working well at home. So normally these Adelaide trainers, when they bring them down to Melbourne, can often strike very nicely. I know David Jolly does that on a lot of occasions, Richard and Chantel as well, and Will's no danger to them coming down and running big in Melbourne. So that rounds out our Wednesday, Friday, Saturday tips. If you want any more than that, head to the Great Tip-Off website. I can't give you any more. That'll do me out. But they're all on the website, of course, every day. Now, this takes us to our wrap or slap Bossy's top 5 changes. We mean, of course, Glen Boss, who came out recently and proposed his top 5 changes that he'd want to see in Australian racing in 2022. The way we're going to do this, we'll go, I'll read them out. Gano, you give us a yes or a no. Dino, you give us a yes or no. Back to me, and then on to the next. The first one is the VRC Derby back down to 2,000 metres to try and improve the quality of the race. Gano?
Yes.
Yes.
And 100% yes, it needs to be changed. So that's a tick all round, a wrap on the first one for Bossy. Next one, trainer school. He thinks that our apprentice school is good for making good jockeys, good young jockeys, and we need one of the like for the trainers. Gannon?
No.
Yes.
And I'm a no on that one as well. So, Dino, in the drink, mate. You're offside on this one. So, Bossy, not entirely a wrap, but not a slap either. The next one is moving the Melbourne Cup and the entire Spring Carnival, more or less shifting it so that ends in the end of November. That's, of course, the Melbourne Spring Carnival. Yeah, Gannon?
No.
No. That was one of his worst takes of the entire video, I think. Absolutely.
Where's Gus? No.
Terrible idea. Don't know what he was doing there. Fourth one, more prize money for maidens. He thinks that maidens are often the hardest race for a horse to win.
No.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm sitting on the fence here. Yes and no. I think there's cases for and against good ones.
Old Splinters.
And the last, the Everest and the Cox Plate to be run under lights.
Yes.
Yes.
And you know what? I'll give it a yes as well. I think we talked about it last week and I might have said no, but I've changed my tune in the last 7 days. I'm going a yes to it. It'd be unreal. to see those ones underlie. So there's Bossy's 5, wrap or slap. You let us know as well what you thought about all those 5 in the comments as well. Gannon, on to you, mate.
All right, gents. So massive week of racing ahead for all of us Butlers that bet Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and of course Sunday. Massive thank you to everyone that's chimed in with their support. Dino has a giveaway for us. He's chosen a winner for his hats. Dino, who's the winner, mate?
Yeah, firstly, thank you to all the punters out there, jumped on, liked, comment, subscribe, and retweeted the photo. The winner this week goes to Troy Powers. Get in contact, Troy. Send us a DM on the tweet, and I'll flick that barrier attendant cap out, mate. I might actually send you a DM yourself. I'm not sure if you'll be watching, mate. Hopefully you are. But thanks again. We might do another one this week, Gano. So similar, retweet, like the YouTube video, and go on the draw to win a barrier attendant cap.
Sounds good. And Troy, Dino sent his hats out by carrier pigeon, mate. So he'd be waiting a while, but gee, it'd be worth the wait. Gentlemen, thank you so much for your time. Huge episode here. I can't wait till we get into some big autumn racing. We'll no doubt will smash out some great episodes as we go on. But punters, as we say, each and every show, that your comments and feedback is our oxygen. So keep chiming in, helping us out, get us going, get us over the line. Boys, thank you so much. Until next week.
Ciao.
Cheers.